They really could have used the heat that Lana would have brought into this match. It definitely takes a dive down as far as potential and buzz and excitement.
It is for the U.S. title.
It is for the U.S. title. It is held by the Russian currently, and John Cena, Mr. America, Mr. Red, White, and Blue.
Hulk Hogan wannabe.
Hulk Hogan wannabe. Yep. He definitely is a sensible adversary.
I heard he's a great guy. I heard he's a great guy, though.
Yes, right, for sure. No, he is a good guy, I think, in real life. But anyway, the last thing before we make a pick on that one, Rusev has never been
defeated
or submitted
since April of 2014.
He has lost in matches, but only by disqualification of some kind. Yep, never by pin or submissions.
He's been undefeated since April of 2014.
All right, so let's get straight to the predictions. What's your prediction for Rusev Cena?
My prediction is going to be a shocker. Cena is going to put over Rusev, and Rusev is going to beat Cena for a second time, and Cena is going to start his way of putting over young, new superstars.
Well, I agree with you, but I disagree with you because I think Cena's idea of putting over superstars is giving them matches with him on big stages where they have a great match, but he ultimately ends up winning, a la what he did with Bray Wyatt in their feud. So unfortunately,
heck, maybe he's won so many times WWE wants him to lose.
I'd love to see your prediction come true. I think the WWE is trying to fade out and slowly get rid of one of their two minor titles, either the Intercontinental or the United States. It makes more sense for the United States to be the one that's weeded out, since that wasn't the WWE's to begin with for the most part. And I really think that they're going to do that by turning the United States title into John Cena's title. It's just going to be the John Cena title.
Again.
Yeah, it's going to spin. I definitely see John Cena winning. That's my prediction. John Cena wins.
We've been opposite a lot lately, actually.
Yeah, that's great. We got both sides represented. It'll be a decent match. Not great. Not too exciting. It'll be fairly slow paced. Both guys are more
Fastlane,
slower guys. Yep. But I expect Cena to win, and Doug Sanders expects Rusev to keep the title. So we'll see what happens. All right, we got 3 more big matches to go here until our WrestleMania preview's done, and hopefully I'll have 5 seconds to squeeze in some other sports. But all right, we might be running real low on time, so we'll try to get these last 3 in quick, and then we'll say goodbye to our special guest. All right, The Undertaker returning to fight Bray Wyatt. At least that's what we're led to believe. No one has seen The Undertaker in
Except for
WWE
pictures.
At least, right? Not officially in the WWE universe. He is reportedly in great shape, but who knows? Bray Wyatt has carried the entire storyline, cutting every promo and being amazing at it the entire time. Bray Wyatt is in a league of his own right now for WWE superstars when it comes to mic skills and cutting promos and things of that nature.
He's got that charisma like I see in like a Macho Man or a Rock or CM Punk.
It's off the charts. You're absolutely
I
right.
said CM Punk.
Oh no! Hey, you can say CM Punk on my show.
Oh, wait.
CM Punk.
CM Punk. CM Punk. He's in UFC.
What the? No, get it! Oh, we're being attacked by the WWE police.
It's JJ Security.
No, we're just teasing.
Yeah.
Imagine what would happen if we said Chris Benoit.
Owen Hart.
Oh, now we're getting carried away and having too much fun. But anyway,
Owen Hart, Chris Benoit, CM Punk.
Anyway, the dead man lost his streak last year to Brock Lesnar. No one knew if he'd come back. He is coming back to face Bray. At least that's what we're told.
I feel bad for The Undertaker.
My only question is, two things. Hopefully The Undertaker doesn't die in this match for real. And is this his last match? Does he lose? And if he loses, is it his last match?
Big question.
All right, my prediction. Undertaker loses, and it is the last time we see him. He is passing the torch of the face of fear, his character, to Bray Wyatt. That's it. The end. What's your prediction, Doug Sanders?
I am actually going to do another opposite pick.
Okay.
I am going to pick Bray Wyatt. I think Undertaker needs this win. If Undertaker loses twice in a row, yes, he is done. But I don't think he should lose twice in a row to end his career. One, after losing the streak, and then second, losing to a guy who is calling himself the Prince of Darkness, the new face of fear. And I mean, if he loses twice to those two things, he's officially done then.
That's right. I think the one thing we can agree on, if Undertaker does lose to Bray Wyatt, that's Undertaker's last match. He's done. if he is in good shape and thinks he could wrestle at WrestleMania next year yet and make his final match then I could see him winning against Bray Wyatt this time to redeem himself a little bit, push himself, give him a little bit of a push.
And then next
WrestleMania would be his last, and it would be against the Vigilante Sting.
To make the dream match complete.
Yep. All right. So that's our predictions for that. 2 more matches on the card. The one I am personally looking the most forward to, my man, the game, Triple H, takes on the Vigilante Sting, who is making his first appearance
ever. Or
the Icon Sting, or whatever, in his first ever WWE in-ring competition. I think things to look for in this one. Keep an eye on Stephanie McMahon possibly being ringside as a manager,
just like Daniel Bryan
possibly getting involved, helping provide a distraction. You will definitely see the weapons come into play. Sting's signature weapon is a baseball bat. Triple H's signature weapon.
Baseball bat.
Triple H's is a sledgehammer. Sledgehammer. But anyway, you see those come into play. I personally think this is a worthy main event match, but they won't. They'll keep it the title match. But anyway, no doubt about it. My prediction: Sting goes over like a 747 jet.
Again,
Triple H. That's what Triple H does at WrestleMania. He jobs. He loses. He puts people over.
Sting wins.
Sting making his debut. They can't have him lose. They gotta build him and have him win. So that's one we're both in agreement on. Sting beats Triple H. No doubt about it. All right, there you have it. Sting beats Triple H. The one match we're in agreement on. All right, now we hit the final.
And the pre-show.
You're right. All right, now we're to the main event, and then we're done here. Try and squeeze in a couple minutes of other sports.
Roman Reigns.
We got Royal Rumble winner Roman Reigns taking on
Brock Lesnar.
That's right, the Beast Incarnate, who just yesterday on ESPN announced that he has re-signed a multi-year contract with the WWE. So, hooray, WWE fans. Bad tough luck, UFC fans. So long as he does either one, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to watch the guy do what he does.
And that is eat, sleep, conquer, repeat.
That's right, good plug. All right. But so, everybody was upset about this match after the Royal Rumble going into it because everybody assumed that Brock was gone. Everyone knew Brock's contract was going to be up. No one thought he was going to resign. And so everyone felt that it was a really obvious, we're just handing it to Roman Reigns. We're taking the belt off Brock at WrestleMania. So that's why people hated it, because there was no unpredictability to it whatsoever. Whereas now, with Brock re-signing, there is an element of unpredictability of everyone watching going, I don't know who's going to win. It could be Brock because he's Sting, or it could be Roman Reigns, or...
Don't forget, Paul Heyman is also in this match, managing Brock Lesnar.
Paul Heyman has been carrying all the promos going into this match. The build to this match has not been very good, other than when Paul Heyman's talking. Paul Heyman is a god on the microphone when it comes to cutting promos.
Hey, also...
And all my interest in this match has come from Paul Heyman's talk.
I have to mention... The promo Brock did on Raw, too, that was actually pretty good, too.
Brock has... Good point. Thank you for bringing that up. Brock has been cutting promos of his own where they're pre-taped interviews, and those are some of the best promos I've seen in a long time, too. So it's awesome to see Brock being able to do that, not needing the mouthpiece all the time. Just so long as it's pre-taped, it seems, is the secret, and they're freaking great. They're awesome.
Reminds me of Bobby.
Yep. Oh, but one other, and then there's also you've still got the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yep, that
which could come into play. I think Seth should at least flirt with cashing that in at the end of this match.
Definitely.
Or a teaser, whatever you want to call it. Also, something you could look for in this match would be some possible turns. You could turn Brock into a face. He's getting the support.
And Roman to a heel.
He's also growing a beard, which when a guy changes his look, it suggests that they're making a turn. Paul Heyman has been seen with Roman Reigns on ESPN yesterday, and Roman Reigns' shortcomings are in his talking. He needs a mouthpiece. There isn't a better one ever, other than maybe Bobby the Brain Heenan, in Paul Heyman. Heyman hustles as good as it gets. So that would make a lot of sense if you saw a double turn where Roman turned heel, Brock turned face, and Paul Heyman was the one who made that happen, going with Roman Reigns. However... my bold prediction, we'll just get straight to the prediction because we're running out of time. My prediction on the main event is that Brock Lesnar retains his title and that he continues to hold on to that title until he has surpassed CM Punk's record title reign, at which point then he will lose it sometime shortly after that. That's my prediction.
That is also my prediction, too.
What? No way, we agreed on something again.
Well, it's Brock Lesnar. He's from Minnesota. We're from Minnesota.
That's right. We are.
We are Brock Lesnar
Representing
followers.
Minnesota. We are.
Proud of being Minnesota.
I do also believe that if somehow Roman Reigns wins the match, look for Seth Rollins, excuse me. Holy cow. Look for Seth Rollins.
Did you think Roman had a son lately named Seth Reigns?
If somehow Roman wins, look for Seth Rollins to cash in at the end of WrestleMania there. That would be my backup prediction. But anyway, Doug Sanders, anything you'd like to say yet before we got to end our WrestleMania preview and try to squeeze in a tiny bit of other sports?
Pause it. Apparently, also, it appears that Samoa Joe is going to sign with WWE once he is done with Ring of Honor in April. So look forward to you NXT watchers who actually watch NXT on the WWE Network for just $9.99 for seeing Samoa Joe on the scene, maybe even challenging Kevin Owens for the NXT Championship sometime in the future. But that's all I'd like to say. I'm happy to be on the show, and I'd like to be on here sometime again if you'd like.
It was great having you on the show, Doug Sanders, and who knows, maybe we'll get you on here for WrestleMania Fallout next week or a SummerSlam preview or something like that.
Any preview of a pay-per-view I'd be happy to be on.
All right, well, we'll say goodbye to Doug Sanders here, and in just a second bye. And in just a second I'll try and squeeze in a tiny bit of other sports. Hope you've enjoyed the WrestleMania preview episode so far. You're listening to Balls Deep Sports Talk here on Northern Lights Radio at WNLMradio.com. All right, so that concludes our WrestleMania preview extravaganza, thus wrapping up the meat here on Balls Deep Sports Talk for this week. I just got off the phone with the higher-ups, and they have granted me an extension of time for this special episode this week. So continue to stay tuned as I will get in all the rest of the sports news that we wanted to talk about here this week on Balls Deep Sports Talk. And I do just want to send out one final thank you again to the one and only Doug Sanders, aspiring WWE superstar, for being on the show tonight and helping me preview the upcoming WrestleMania 31. And he did have one parting thought that he wanted me to share with you guys that he wasn't able to get in on the show, and that was to expect more heels than baby faces to actually come out as winners in this year's WrestleMania. And I could definitely see that. We are in a heel era of the WWE at the moment. More heels are over and cheered and supported by the fans than baby faces for the most part, it seems like, at least. So I can definitely agree with that prediction. But all right, let's move on to the rest of the sports world, shall we? All right, let's start off with a baseball quickie, huh? I bet you didn't see that coming. Got one piece of Minnesota Twins news that I think is good news. The Minnesota Twins have signed second baseman Brian Dozier to a new contract. It's a 4-year, $20 million deal, and he is a really top young second baseman entering the prime of his career. I think getting him for 4 years at $5 million a year is a great deal, and look for him to be he's a good young piece that we can build around, actually have a little bit of offense with. He's got a good stick at second base, one of the better power hitting second baseman in the league, probably, I would say. Really all-around good offensive player. So there you go. The Twins signed Brian Dozier, second baseman, to a 4-year, $20 million contract. Way to go, Twins, finally. Did something right. All right, sticking with Minnesports, let's take it over to hockey. The Minnesota Wild won their second of their back-to-back games this week last night against the Islanders 2-1. And they won that in a shootout, by the way, and they were on the road. And they also won Monday night on the road, and that extended their franchise-best road-winning streak to 10 games. Record for the franchise. So way to go, Minnesota Wild. Keep it up. Dubs, as always, was phenomenal at goalie. That guy is definitely making an MVP argument. He definitely, I don't think, will win it, but it's hard to argue anyone who's been more valuable to their team than Dubs has since the Wild have acquired him. So if we take a look at the